details.
You watched. You trusted. You made us #1.
What's going on, everybody? Back live, back-to-back weeks of calling games, and we got a real good one. Two heated rivals going at it in the NFL, in the NFC West, between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran, the number 6 seed. Seattle, the number 1 seed. And, I just got done watching the Broncos and the refs beat the Bills. So now it's on to this one. That was absolute BS what happened between the Broncos and the Bills, man. I got no clue how you're supposed to play defense anymore. But this one here, 49ers and the Seahawks, or as I like to call this game, me personally, the Kubiak Bowl. Because you got Clint Kubiak, Seattle's offensive coordinator, going up against his brother, Clay Kubiak, the 49ers offensive coordinator, who's Kyle Shanahan's right-hand man. And the significance of this game, those are two guys who I would love to have be coaching the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, this is going to be an amazing game. Seattle's defense, San Francisco's offense with all the bandages they have on defense. This is going to be a really good game. I could honestly see this going 50-50, man. I hope to get some people on here. I'm going to let the stream grow a little bit. They're just raising the flag right now. They're raising the 12 flag right now. Packed crowd in Seattle, man. We're in for a good one here. So definitely I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on both OCs in this game. You know, if you're a Steeler fan, you should be paying close attention to this game. If you're a Steeler fan, this could be a sneak peek of one of our head coaches, Clint Kubiak or Clay Kubiak. I'd pay close attention. So San Francisco won the coin toss. They have deferred, so the Seahawks will get the ball. Seattle will be going from left to right. And the Niners will be going from right to left. Here's the kick. And it's down on the left side. It's taken. Shaheed takes it. He's past the 20. And he's got an open lane. One man to beat. Are you kidding me? Wow. Shaheed takes the opening kickoff for a touchdown. There is a flag on the play. 95 yards to start the game. Touchdown, Seattle. Wow. How about that for a start to the game? I think this is going to be on San Francisco, so I think this is going to count. Wow. Dude, what's the flag? What's the flag? The crowd's going crazy, man. All right, John, what's the call? What's the call? And they're saying it's a touchdown. So, yeah, they're calling a personal foul on the 49ers, but it doesn't matter. That's a touchdown. Shaheed takes the opening kickoff for a touchdown. 95 yards. Wow. That's how you start a game, man. Yeah. How do you like that for a start? I didn't even get nobody even got a chance to get introduced. Opening kickoff 13 seconds in, 6-0 Seahawks. Snap down. Kick is up, and the extra point attempt is good. 7-0 Seattle, 13 seconds into the game. How about that for a start? Wow. So let's see what San Francisco does here. You're down 7-0, 13 seconds in the game. They take the opening kickoff for a score. I mean, once he got past like that hash right there was no stopping him. There was no way the kicker was going to stop him. Wow. What a play by Shaheed, man. What a play. So Rashid Shaheed, 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. But, yeah, do me all a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Yeah, I thought this was going to be the best game of the week, and so far it's up to its billing. I didn't even get a chance to look at the chat. How you guys doing, Bills Mafia? Yeah, I know that was a really tough loss for the Bills, but yeah, the refs definitely gave the Broncos some help right there. That roughing the passer penalty and then that stupid pass interference call. I have no clue how you're supposed to play defense anymore, man. You know, I mean, that's no excuse for it's no excuse for Buffalo. They had 5 turnovers on the day. You can't do that against a team like Denver. But, yeah, definitely the Broncos got some zebra help right there for sure. That was BS the way that went down. So here come the 49ers offense on the field. Brock Purdy taking the field. So let's see what Clay Kubiak comes up here. Purdy will work from under center. Sets a man in motion. Takes the snap, back to throw. He's hit as he throws. It's popped up in the air. It's going to fall incomplete. No, wait, they're saying that's a fumble. Are they going to say that's a fumble? No, that's an incomplete pass, in my opinion. They're saying it's incomplete. They had it for a minute, and someone on Seattle just took it and scooped it in for the end zone, but that arm's definitely going forward. That's an incomplete pass. So, wow, imagine that if the 49ers fall behind 14-0, not even 25 seconds into the game. Holy crap. Holy crap. Not even 20 seconds. So Seattle, 39% pressure rate this year, 4th in the NFL. Purdy from the gun, no man in the backfield, takes the snap. And he checks it down to Jennings. He bobbles it on the way with the catch, but he still comes up with it. So the 49ers offense, you're showing the offensive line here, but let's see. You got CMC, you got Juszczyk, you got Jawan Jennings, you got Ricky Pearsall, and Luke Farrell playing as well. So that's what 49ers got to work with here with Clay Kubiak and Kyle Shanahan. That a bit ago. If you're a Steeler fan, you should be paying very close attention to this game because we could be getting a sneak peek at one of our head coaches in the future. Purdy on 3rd and 6, facing pressure, rolling right. He throws on the run, and it is caught for a first down. That's to his tight end. So a really good read right there by Brock Purdy, escaping pressure, making a good throw on the run, finding his tight end, and picking up the first down. No, dude, I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm not making any excuses for Josh Allen. Buffalo turned the ball over 5 times, Jack, but at the same time, you got to admit that PI call on the secondary, that was garbage. That was absolute garbage, PI call. Again, not making any excuses for Josh Allen, but, I mean, come on. If that happened to your team, you'd be outraged about it. That was a horrible call. So now they're showing Seattle's defense. What's going on, Knight Rider? Thanks for tuning in. What's going on, Colin? That's right. Tomlin's gone, man. I love it. I love it. And this head coaching search has gone real well. 2nd and 3. Sets a man in motion. It's Jennings. He pitches it, and that's going to be very close to a first down, a modest gain right there. And I think he may have gotten it. He's really close, though. That's Robinson on the pitch play right there. And they're going to mark him a yard short, so 3rd and 1. Hey, Ryan, thanks for the dono, man. He says Sean McDermott's got to go. I can kind of get why Bills fans would want McDermott gone now. He's another guy that just can't win the big game. But I think McDermott definitely gives you a good chance to win. But handoff CMC. Oh, he is stuffed on 3rd and 1. That is that Seahawks defense. They call it the dark side up there in Seattle. CMC just ran into a brick wall on 3rd and 1. And that Seattle defense picking up right where they left off from their Week 18 game against these very same 49ers. Wow. And the 49ers are going to go for it on 4th and 1. This is very risky right here. Big gamble right here for the Niners. They're going for it on 4th and 1. So let's see our potential 4th down offense. Purdy. And before anything can happen, there's a flag. But yeah, I think McDermott should stay, even though I can understand why Bills fans would start calling for him. And the Seahawks call a timeout. Seattle calls a timeout. So, yeah, that's an interesting call right there. So, yeah, they're calling the dark side defense. Number 1 scoring defense in the league since 2015. 17.2 point games allowed. Fewest since 2014. Seahawks made the Super Bowl. 3.7 rush yards allowed per attempt. Fewest since 2016. Yeah, that's the dark side defense right there, man. That's the genius of Mike Macdonald right there. Great defensive coach. And he hires great personnel with his coaching staff. Ravens fans got to be kicking themselves with letting Macdonald go. For losing Macdonald. They got to be kicking themselves for that. Macdonald is doing a phenomenal job up there in Seattle. Hey, what's up? Saved by the Bell. Thanks for tuning in, man. So 4th and 1. Let's see what our potential 4th down offense looks like. Purdy from under center. And he hands it off to Juszczyk. He pitches it back to CMC. Drops the ball. Oh, the 49ers turn it over on downs. It was a direct handoff to Kyle Juszczyk. Pitched it back to CMC. He dropped the ball. Juszczyk was about to run into an entire fleet of Seahawks right there. He pitched it back to CMC, dropped the ball. And the Niners are going to turn it over on downs. Seattle gets the ball back, and against this band-aided 49er defense, you can't give him an opportunity like that. That was an incredibly risky call right there by Shanahan and Kubiak. And you give the Seahawks prime position to make it a 14-0 game. But yeah, we got 18 people in the chat, man. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't already for notifications. Stefanski and Mike McDaniel. Yes, I have heard. I have heard that you're interviewing them. I don't know what 4 positions. I think both of them would be quality offensive coordinators. I don't think they would be going for head coaches. I also heard Matt Nagy for the Ravens too. But Night Rider says I don't like that play call short to the side of the field. Yeah, that was a risky call right there by Shanahan. I think I would have just punted, but I like the aggression right there though. Thoughts on if they were to hire either one of them? You talking about McDaniel or Stefanski? Knight Rider, I want an offensive-minded head coach because we need someone to identify, draft, and develop a quarterback. I agree, man. I would love an offensive-minded coach as well. And, simply because, like I said in my video that I put out that I put out yesterday, The main reason is because if you get an offensive-minded coach, he can come up with his own schemes. He can call his own plays. And if you get something great on offense there, then you don't have to worry about other teams knocking on your door trying to snag up your head coach. And if they take one of your coordinators and you got a coach that is smart enough to hire the correct personnel, then you can replenish right there. So, yeah, definitely, I would love an offensive-minded coach. But, I'm not picky. I'm not picky about it, man. I'll take a defensive-minded coach if he's able to hire the right personnel as well, because, we have seen, defensive coaches win in this league. Like, look at Mike McDonald, for example. Look at look at D'Amico Ryans down in Houston. They're defensive guys, and they've had really good success so far. So I'm not picky about it, but definitely I'd prefer an offensive-minded coach. So Seattle gets the ball. They are at about their own 43, and Darnold is going to give the handoff to Walker, and he's going to get a gain, second down right there. So here's Seattle's offense. There's Sam Darnold. Oh, they're not going to show the offense. Okay. They're going quick. Darnold throws across the middle, caught, and that's Walker again, fighting off some defenders. He's pushing. He's got a first down. The nice up-tempo offense right there, man. I'm already loving this with Clint Kubiak, man. Clint Kubiak, up-tempo offense right here. I'm loving it so far. Get a good look, Steeler fans. This could be our head coach. Darnold from the gun, four-man rush. He fires across the middle. Oh, it's almost intercepted. Oh, he threw it into a crowd, tried to get it to JSN, but he's being double covered, and he nearly was picked off. 2nd and 10. So Sam Darnold, 67.8% completion percentage, 4,000-yard passer this year, 25 touchdown passes, 14 picks. Phenomenal year once again for Sam Darnold. Just goes to show what a guy can do if he has the right coordinators and the right head coach. It'll be 2nd and 10. Darnold's going to work from the I, and he pitches it to Zach Charbonnet, 2nd and 10. He's going to get some good yardage out of this, and he's got a first down before being pushed out of bounds to the left hash, and that's going to be another Seattle first down. So they are pushing the ball down the field already. There you go. There's Clint Kubiak once again. Look at that blocking right there. Look at that Seattle O-line with that blocking right there, man. Man, either one of these guys, I would love to head coach my team. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball at about the 30-yard line. Darnold works from under center. Gives it off to Charbonnet again, and he's going to get a minimal gain this time, 2nd down. So here's the Seahawks offense right here, just showing the O-line right here. You got Kenneth Walker. You got JSN, Cooper Kupp, and A.J. Barner. That's that Seattle offense right there, man, under Clint Kubiak. Which I can't stress enough, I would love to be the head coach of my team. 2nd and 6, down to 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Seattle. Darnold's going to work from the gun. He takes the snap, he throws, and it's Cooper Kupp who makes the catch. He's going to be a little bit short of the first, brings up 3rd down. Knight Rider says, do I think Artie II not retaining any of Tomlin's staff is basically saying he's not impressed? Yeah, that's basically what he said. Basically just a softened blow way of saying that we're going to have an entire new coaching staff for 2026. So, yeah, our coordinators are not head coaching candidates is basically what he said. I like that there. Seattle showing tush push right here on 3rd and 1. They got it. That's Charbonnet leading the charge right there, and behind that Seattle O-line, he gets the first down. So Seattle converts. There he is, Clint Kubiak. There he is. Hopefully one day it'll say Clint Kubiak, head coach, Pittsburgh Steelers. 7:37 to go, first quarter, ball at the 20, and there's a whistle before anything can happen, maybe a false start. Yep, false start. Jack says, who is the worst Pirates manager between Clint Hurdle and... Derek Shelton by a mile. Derek Shelton was terrible. Clint Hurdle actually had some good seasons. Clint Hurdle definitely had his faults, but Clint Hurdle got the Pirates to the playoffs 3 straight years. That's uncharted territory for Pirates fans. Derek Shelton was god-awful. End of debate. So 1st and 15, that backs up the Seahawks 5 yards. Hands it off to Walker on 1st and 15, and he's going to get some yardage back, but not enough. What's up, Corey? He says, I'm watching Canes Devils game on Hulu, hoping the Canes win. Are you I guess you're a Hurricane. You live in Raleigh or you live in Charlotte? Canes got a good team down there, man. They got a very good team down there. So 2nd and 10, basically like nothing happened now for Seattle. Darnold sets Kupp in motion to his right. He's going to set, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he's rolling on a bootleg, throws, and it's caught by Kupp. A little bit short of the first down. And, yeah, nice design right there. Nice design right there once again. It'll be 3rd down. Or not a bootleg, I'm sorry, a counter right there. And, well, yeah, maybe it was, but whatever. It was a nice design regardless. It'll bring up 3rd down. Iowa in the Midwest. Okay. But, yeah, the Canes got a real good team down there, man. It'll be 3rd and 1. Darnold from the gun. Oh, he got stuffed. Charbonnet. How about that 49er defense right there on 3rd and 1? Stopping Charbonnet dead in his tracks, and the Seahawks will probably kick a field goal here. Wow. Charbonnet just ran into a brick wall right there, man. That's Robert Saleh's defense right there. So 4th and 5, here comes Jason Myers on to kick a field goal, extend the Seattle lead to 10-0. 31-yard attempt. This is a chip shot. You can make this in his sleep. Snap down, hold, kick, up, and he hits it in the uprights. So the Seahawks go up 10-0 in the first quarter. And I cannot believe I have not done this yet. So yeah, I cannot believe I have not done this yet. So there we go. 10-0. 10-0 Seahawks in the first quarter. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Got 11 people in here, man. I'm trying to get the stream up just a little bit before I start putting people on here. Trying to just get the stream up a little bit. Hey, what's up, Bondi? He says, let's go. Going over to the AFC Championship. Yeah, that was a nice win by the Broncos, man, even though that was some BS calls at the end. I'm just saying that right now, man. Those were some BS calls. I hate that roughing the passer rule, and that was definitely a weak call on the on pass interference right there, man. But, the Broncos, Buffalo, they also turned the ball over 5 times, man. You can't give a team like the Broncos a chance like that, man. So, yeah, definitely there were some awful calls in that game, but I am not one to put a game on officiating. Denver did what they needed to do. You guys got a real good team out there, man. And, the AFC playoffs are going through Denver, man. But, yeah, you missed some electricity to this one, Bondi. Rashid Shaheed took the opening kickoff 95 yards for a touchdown to make it 7-0 Seattle. And, yeah, that was basically it. That was basically it.
Forget about it. And the regular is only $8.95. Forget about it. Wait a minute. Actually, remember about it. Because you gotta try it with a chopped pepperillos before it's gone.
Love the videos about Tomlin. I mean, all I'm doing is just letting the thing that I've been saying about that dude for the last 5 years. And if you want to go back, even 7 years, man, people can't see it because the only thing that saves him from getting fired are the non-losing seasons, So 10-0 Seahawks. Niners will get the ball back. And they're in a double-digit deficit early on. This ain't good for San Francisco. Robinson takes the kickoff to about the 28-yard line. Some bit of a scuffle after the tackle. Maybe the ball came out, or maybe just a bad hit. I don't know, but there was some. But San Francisco's going to get set up there. Absolutely, Jack. This was Josh Allen's chance, in my opinion. Jack, I've been saying that since around mid-season. This was Josh Allen's chance. And, yeah, Bills are going home. I will no longer consider Josh Allen an all-time great quarterback. As here's CMC from the gun. A little bit past the 30, but not enough. Brings up second down. I said before the playoffs started, man, if Josh Allen doesn't win the Super Bowl this year, you can't consider him an all-time great. I mean, we all understand he's a great quarterback. We all understand that, but but you can't consider him an all-time great quarterback now. I'm sorry. You just can't. With how wide open the AFC was, and he doesn't have his kryptonite in the playoffs, and he came up short again, I'm sorry, bro. You're not in the all-time great talks. Here's a pass to his tight end. Ball comes out. Seattle recovers. Oh, man. The 49ers just can't catch a break early on. Wow. So it's a nice catch right there by the tight end. He just has to hold on to that ball. Did it get stripped out? Did he fumble it? I think Jones may have gotten a hand in there and, swept it out. But you got to hang on to that ball there, man. And the bad start, the awful start continues for the 49ers. Wow. What an awful start for San Francisco. I'm not going to go down that route, Jack. I'm not going to go down that route, Jack. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people like that stupid race baiting bigot Ryan Clark, who says stuff like that. So I'm not going to go down that route. I don't want to get demonetized. Yeah, Silvo sucks. I can't wait till we get a new goalie, man. Can't wait till we get a new goalie. But yeah, like I say, 14 people in the chat. I'm just waiting to get the viewers up a little bit, and then I'll probably start letting people on here. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell to get notified. What a start to this one, man. Thoughts on the Pens this year? It's been a very up and down year for the Pens this year, man. Very up and down year. There have been moments where the Pens have looked amazing, and then they look like they don't belong in the NHL. So, Yeah, there's definitely an improvement over the last couple of seasons. Like the power play looks a lot better. The defense looks a little bit better, but the goaltending is still a huge issue. The scoring is still there, but the biggest problem with the Pens has always been the goalie. Like ever since we lost Marc Andre, ever since he went to Vegas, that's been our biggest problem is the goaltending. Even with Mike Sullivan gone. Yeah, the Pens, they're a very bipolar team. Hey, what's going on, Steeler Nation? Hope my Saturday night's going smoothly. I had a pretty busy Saturday today. Woke up, did some grocery shopping, worked out. Then I had an optometrist appointment, and then I had to go ahead and make dinner. And I figured I can come on here and call the game now. Just a pretty busy game, just a pretty busy day. So ensuing possession, Darnold fakes the handoff, and he is going to get dumped. A safety blitz right there ran by the 49ers. They get to Sam Darnold, and he gets dropped in the backfield, rolling to his right, trying to find someone, second down. 0-8 in over. I did not know Josh Allen was 0-8 in overtime. I did not know that. So he runs a little bit of a bootleg on the shotgun right there, and he gets just chased down by a safety right there. Nice safety blitz. And that's why I would like Robert Saleh as defensive coordinator. The Steelers have always been a safety blitz type of team. And if he can run a safety blitz right there, that'd be big. 2nd and 20, and there's a catch by Cooper Kupp. He is really close to a first down. They're going to give him the catch. And I think he may have gotten the first down. No, they're going to give it to him. They're going to give him the first down. That was really close. Really close. But he's right on the marker. He is right on the marker. What an addition Cooper Kupp has been. But I did not know Josh Allen was 0-8 in overtime. That's insane. 3 catches, 34 yards for Cooper Kupp. One of our guys can only have 34 yards on the entire day, meeting a fleet of a 49ers blitz right there as they show blitz, and it's incomplete. He just gets rid of the ball, 2nd and 10. Oh, definitely Knight Rider. Knight Rider, I've emphasized this enough throughout the game. If you're a Steeler fan, you should be paying very close attention to this game. Clint Kubiak's Seattle's OC, Clay Kubiak, San Francisco's OC. This is a sneak preview of what the Steelers' offense could look like if we get one of those guys as head coach. And then you got Robert Saleh as San Francisco's defensive coordinator. Darnold steps on the throw. That's incomplete, but that is pass interference all day. That is pass interference all day. Intended for Shaheed. He gets interfered all day. Easy flag. I know Flores has an interview. I would love Brian Flores here, man. I would love Flores here. One way or another. I would love him as head coach. I would love him as head coach, but I would love him just as much as defensive coordinator than as head coach. Bottom line, I am a Flores guy. I will welcome him to Pittsburgh with open arms. So, that'll put the Seahawks at the goal line here at the 10-yard line, so it's 1st and goal. Darnold from under center. Hands it off to Walker, and he's going to get maybe 3 or 4 right there, 2nd down. What would my opinion be if the Steelers – I'm not a Kyler Murray guy. I was never a Kyler Murray guy. I never got the hype with him. I never thought he was a franchise quarterback. I think he gets distracted too easily. I was never a Kyler Murray guy. Never a Kyler Murray guy. I would take a guy like Malik Willis, though, as a nice bridge. I would take a guy like Malik Willis. 2nd and goal. Darnold sets his tight end in motion, takes the snap, fakes it to Walker, rolling to his left. He's looking. He fires to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. JSN. How many times this season? Darnold to JSN. What a design by Clint Kubiak again. And it's 16-0 Seattle. Wow. JSN, man, what a beast. You can't guard that dude. You can't guard that dude, man. What a pick that was for Seattle. And now you see why they moved on from DK Metcalf, because they were ready to give JSN, wide receiver 1. He was ready. Snap down, hold, kick, up, and 17-0. 17-0 Seattle. Who saw this coming? 17-0. Wow. This is just insane. I did not imagine it would be this one-sided so far. 17-0. Sam Darnold rolled to his left and found JSN. Get excited, Steeler fans. Get excited, Steeler fans. If we get Clint Kubiak over here, this is what our offense is going to look like. But yeah, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. If you're a Steeler fan, you should love what Seattle's doing right now. Jack says, what is up with the Steelers? They are a prima donna. Yeah, I know. We, you know what the common denominator with all those players is, Jack? You know who the common denominator is? Mike Tomlin. Okay? Mike Tomlin's common denominator there. That's another thing that a lot of people don't talk about. Corey says, I had a bloody nose today. Oh, shit. Bloody noses suck. But, yeah, take care of that, man. This is how you handle it. You pinch your nose, tilt your head down, and you apply pressure. That's how you take care of that. Steeler Nation says, I wonder with Tomlin being gone now, how many players will it impact leaving? Yeah, Rodgers, I am very certain is gone because he has wanted to play for Tomlin since day one. Hayward is definitely on his way out as well. He was crying in the locker room after the game. And I think Cam should have retired last year, and he held out in the before the season began for another contract. So I think Cam is definitely on his way out. And TJ, I said after the Ravens playoff game last year that the Steelers should trade him, but they extended him. So no team is, we're stuck with that contract now, man. Like I said, it's great that Tomlin's gone, but by no means is the team completely fixed. We still have some pretty bad contracts on this team, man, and TJ's is one of them. You extended TJ. He's going to be 32 years old this year. He's been on the decline the past couple years. And, the time to trade him was last year. The time to trade him was last year. You could have gotten a great return for him. His value is only going to go down now because teams are seeing that he's on the decline. So, yeah, we're stuck with that contract. No team is going to take that contract, and we're going to take a big cap hit if we end up trading him. So we can't really trade him right now. So 150 to go. Niners get the ball at about the 35, down 17-0. Purdy from under center. It's become Purdy's game now early on, and he pitches it off to CMC. And CMC is going to get decent yards. He's a little bit short of midfield. And He's got it. So a nice play right there from Brock Purdy to CMC. You got to get CMC involved in this game, man. He's been the 49ers' engine to that offense all season. I do feel bad. I do feel bad for Bills fans, Tuck the Puppy. I genuinely feel bad for that fan base up there. They deserve to see them win a Super Bowl. I mean, losing 4 straight Super Bowls in the 90s alone, that's wicked. I can't imagine having to go through that. I can't imagine that. And then all the playoff heartbreaks after that. First and 10, CMC again, past the line of scrimmage, but a minimal gain. That's that Seahawks run defense right there. Brings up second down. The only team in the AFC North, yeah, I know. Zach Taylor is the only remaining AFC North head coach. Who would have thought that? I never liked the Bumblebees. I never liked the Bumblebees, dude. Never liked them. 2nd and 9. Sets a guy in motion. This will be the last play of the first quarter, most likely. Purdy from the gun. Underneath, throws to CMC, past midfield. That'll do it for the first quarter. How about this first quarter for the Seahawks? How about this first quarter? Rashid Shaheed takes the opening kickoff, 95 yards for a touchdown. And then the Seahawks defense coming up, and it sets up a beautiful touchdown pass from Sam Darnold to JSN, as they've done all season. And the Seahawks in command early on, 17-0 after the first quarter. Like I always say, we got 22 people in the chat here. As always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. The Bengals will hire Tomlin. That would be hilarious if the Bengals hired Tomlin. That would be hilarious. But, yeah, hey, Bengals fans, Tomlin's a defensive guy, okay? Your defense has sucked. Your defense has been historically awful over the last couple of seasons. Tomlin's no longer our head coach, Bengals fans. He's still under contract with us. Hey, Bengals fans, I'm listening to your offers. Dashy, if you're watching this, I'm listening to your offers, man. Oh, man, that would be hilarious. But, yeah, no, I don't think Tomlin's coaching this year. I don't think Tomlin's coaching this year.
We don't do mascots. We do what's right when things go wrong. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Before any coach from the AFC North, I thought who would be fired in order between my personal order. I thought Taylor was going to go first. Definitely, I thought Taylor was going to go first. Then I actually thought it would be Harbaugh because he underachieved with a 2-time MVP quarterback. So I definitely thought Taylor would go first. Then my number 2 guy would have been Harbaugh. I thought the Browns would have kept Stefanski for at least another year just because he did what no other Browns coach has done since they returned to the league, which was win a playoff game. And he did what no other Browns coach has done since their last playoff win, since they had Bill Belichick, which was win a playoff game. So I thought maybe the Browns would hold on to Stefanski a bit more because they also had Shedeur Sanders. And, you never want to give a second-year quarterback a different head coach. So I thought Stefanski had a chance to stay at least another year. And then Tomlin, I never thought in a million years would leave the Steelers. All right, second quarter, Niners shift positions. They go from left to right. Down 17-0, trying to get back in this game. Purdy's going to work from the gun. He takes the snap. Seattle sending a rush. He gets out of it, but they're going to catch up to him. He throws, and it's caught by the tight end. He got hit as he threw, and he still picks up a decent yardage for a first down. So a nice play right there. Really good play right there by Brock Purdy. Seattle sent a rush right there. Purdy was able to get out of it and still get the pass off to his tight end. What a play by Brock Purdy, man. Who do I like more between Warren and Gainwell? Both very beneficial to the offense. Let me get back to that in a second. 1st and 10, pitches it to CMC in the back. And he's going to get minimal gain again. Set now. Personally, I like Warren a little bit more. I think he fits the offense a bit more. I like his burst ability a bit more. But Kenneth Gainwell, I mean, he's just a pure playmaker, man. You know, so I like both of them, honestly. And that's why I say, you know, we need an offensive-minded coach, or we need, or if we get a defensive-minded coach, we need the right offensive coordinator for him, you know. But I like both of them. They got a lot of potential to be superstars. Purdy on 2nd and 8. He tosses it to CMC across the middle, and CMC's going to pick up a 1st down. So there are the 49ers attacking the middle of the field right there. And I think he got it. If not, he's incredibly close. I think he got it, though, so that's going to be another 1st down. Who is better or consistent between Lamar and Herbert? Who would you trust more? Oh, I would trust Lamar. Lamar all day. I don't trust Herbert at all. Herbert peaked way too early, and then he's just kind of been on a treadmill ever since. He never got back to that level. Lamar, kind of like the opposite. He started off kind of rocky, and then once Todd Monken came there, Lamar took off. Like, he really took off. I would trust Lamar. I trust Lamar way more than Herbert. And 49ers are going to call their first timeout. They got 2 remaining. So, but yeah, you know, for all of Lamar's flaws in the playoffs, you know, at least he's won a couple playoff games. Herbert has been in the league for 5 years now, and he still hasn't won a playoff game. So I would definitely take Lamar over Herbert. Allen or Burrow? That's a tough one, actually. That's a tough one, actually. On one hand, Burrow has been to a Super Bowl, and he's made it to back-to-back AFC championships. But Burrow is also very injury-prone as well. But Josh Allen, I mean, if you want just an overall leader on your team and a guy who can put on that Superman cape that everyone likes to say about him, you know, I'm one of those people, admittedly. If you want a guy that can just play hero, Josh Allen. But that's a good question. You know, I might sound biased just because I'm a Steelers fan, but I would take Josh Allen. You know, Josh Allen has the MVP. Burrow has the Super Bowl appearance, but Super Bowl appearances are a team effort. So now Purdy's going to work from under the pistol as CMC moves in motion. Purdy's good side, too tall for Jawan Jennings. Tried to one-hand it there, and it's 2nd and 10. Corey says, I like Warren more than Gainwell, but both are good running backs for the Steelers. Hope the Steelers get Gainwell back. Oh, I think Gainwell's coming back. After the season Gainwell had, especially after that unbelievable kid he had in Detroit, I think Gainwell's come back. You get him an offensive coordinator or an OC that can work with him, he's going to be a dangerous weapon on the offense. 2nd and 10, Purdy will work from the gun again, takes the snap. And he'll just throw it away. And surprised that wasn't grounding right there, but 3rd down. Well, thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. I just go by what I see. Well, I mean, yeah, Josh Allen has his struggles in overtime, but at the same time, who's the one that's able to take them into overtime when they're trailing in a game? Josh Allen. Third, you know, so it goes both ways. 3rd and 10, Purdy. He has a lot of time to throw. He gets it off to CMC. He will not get the 1st down because the Seahawks defense just keeps on swarming, and they were ready for CMC. And 4th down. I lost track of where the 49ers are on the field. It's 4th and 3, though. The question is, are they going to go for it? No, you know what? Yeah, they're in field goal range. So, yeah, blank that. They're in field goal range. I lost track of where they were on the field. So here comes Eddie Pinheiro on here to, cut this to just give something to San Francisco. This is a 40-yard attempt right here for Pinheiro. Snap down, hold, kick, up, and it is perfect from 40 yards out. So the Niners finally get on the board, but they are still down 17-3. 17-3. Who would have thought this would be happening? And I can't believe I didn't change the quarter. 17-3 Seattle. Hey, PK, how you doing, man? How you doing? Happy New Year. Happy late New Year to you. You too, man.
He switched to Geico.
Like 5, 6, 7, 8, 900.
Ah, jeez. I'm sorry.
$900 by switching.
I'm sorry. It's not the first quarter. It's the second quarter.
It feels good to Geico. This Friday.
You're charged with the murder of your wife.
Didn't hurt her.
Prove it.
Get in the chair. Go on the ride.
Hey, Maze. How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in.
And try to solve the mystery.
But yeah, 17-3 Seattle, man. 17-3. Yeah, my goal this year, PK, is to get back into streaming, because, all the wedding stuff is done. Me and my wife are kind of settled in a little bit. Our kid, we're expecting our kid in summer, but I am, there are going to be times where I'm going to have a lot of downtime as well. So my goal this year is to get back into streaming, Am I expecting the Pirates to do anything this offseason? Hell no, man. Until Bob Nutting sells the team, I am not expecting the Pirates to do a damn thing. Nope. It'd be funny if the Patriots lost in Mile High. Yeah, the Patriots, they have had a very bad history of losing to the Broncos in the AFC Championship in Denver. I mean, Tom Brady alone has lost 3 playoff games. Tom Brady has lost 3 playoff games in Denver. That was always where I was never confident that Brady would win. Brady lost 3 playoff games in Denver. So if it's Patriots Broncos again, I like Denver's chances of winning. Do I have any vintage Steelers stuff? I don't know if you call it vintage, but a couple of things that would definitely be considered collectible. I don't know if you would call it vintage, though. Yeah, until Bob Nutting sells the team, I'm not expecting the Pirates to do anything. That's just how it is. Managers have come and gone, hitting coaches have come and gone, pitching coaches have come and gone, players have come and gone. Who's the one guy that's remained constant throughout that whole thing? The owner. GMs have come and gone. We've had Neil Huntington and now Ben Cherington. Who's remained there with the Bucks? Bob Nutting, the owner. Until Nutting sells the team, I am not confident that the Pirates will do anything. So here's the kickoff now. Seahawks, it's Shaheed again. He's going to get to about the 37. No kickoff return for a score this time as the Seahawks offense on the field. Do I have those old NFL starter? I actually do. Man. I have a Steeler one, but it's not mine. It was my grandfather's old starter jacket, but he gave it to me when I was a kid. So yeah, I still have it. It's really old. Like it's probably as old as me. It's an old beat up jacket. I don't wear it anymore, but I do have it. It's my grandfather's old starter jacket that he used to have. And a short gain right there for Charbonnet. That's going to bring up second down. Does Big Ben have the intellectual knowledge to participate in coach? No, I don't think Big Ben's going to go into coaching. I think he's fine with his podcast. Although I will say this, though, like how what the Falcons did with Matt Ryan, with team operations. I think he got like a role in that. I could maybe see Art II pulling Ben aside and saying, hey, how would you like to, coordinate team operations or something? Get him involved in the team again. I think that'd be kind of cool. On 2nd and 8, a little pitch play right there is going to bring up 3rd down. How would I rank the 3 Pittsburgh sports teams worst to best based off how each individual organization is ran? Steelers 1, Pens 2, Pirates 3. That's my personal order. Say what you want about the Pens winning 3 Stanley Cups, but, the Pens, they've went bankrupt twice. So that definitely knocks them down a couple of kegs. So I would go Steelers, Pens, Bucks. The Bucks are 3rd by complete default. Play action. Darnold wants to go deep on 3rd and 2. Oh, he overshot him. Oh, that's Rashid. That was Shaheed right there. And he overshot him on 3rd and 2. He wanted to go deep, and he did. He overshot him. So 4th and 2. Niners defense celebrating the stop right there like they actually did something. But no, Darnold just overshot him by like 5 or 6 yards. No. Ben's not going to coaching. No. He's not leaving his podcast. I think he's fine with where he is right now. I don't see Ben going into coaching. And there's a punt, and it's going to hop out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. So the Niners got to go about 91 yards to make this a 1-score game. But yeah, we got 24 people in the chat, man. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell to get notified. Yeah, the Riverhounds are better ran than the Bucks, Ryan. I will agree with you on that. And I don't even follow the Riverhounds. I don't even follow the Riverhounds, man, and I can already tell you they're better ran than the Bucks are. What was that whole situation about back when the Pens were almost moved to Kansas City? Poor ownership, man. They had gone bankrupt. The Pens fans weren't attending games. They had little to no talent on the roster. They were flunking drafts, and ownership had enough of it, and they wanted to relocate the team to Kansas City. But then Mario Lemieux stepped in, bought the franchise, and it's been packed houses ever since. So I don't foresee that happening again. Mario's a very good owner. He's a hockey guy. He cares about the city. He cares about the organization. I don't see that happening with Mario. Definitely not. Who's better between TJ and JJ? I find that hard to say because they play different positions. I find that hard to answer there. But I would have to say JJ by a hair just because, JJ is a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. But I would go JJ by a hair. But, that's a hard question to answer because they both play different positions.
We're not in the office anymore, Bradley.
He got the secret. If it's a secret, that football fans are superstitious. Everyone's got their lucky.
You've heard many people say that Mario Lemieux wasn't stricken by. He definitely. Mario was definitely injury prone. He had a lot of injuries throughout his career, and he actually had to miss a lot of 92, 93 when the Pens were defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champs because he had Hodgkin's lymphoma. So he missed a lot of that season because of cancer. And I'm not using it as an excuse, but that's always been one of the biggest what-ifs in NHL history because, you look at Mario Lemieux's career on the surface, and it looks flawless. And you're thinking to yourself, this guy's absolutely a top 3 player of all time. But everyone always goes like, what if Mario never had cancer? What if Mario could stay healthy? Could he have passed Wayne Gretzky? Could have he surpassed him? It's always going to be one of the biggest what ifs in NHL history. So back to action, 17-3. Niners have the ball, 2nd and 3 now, a 7-yard gain. They got to go about 84 yards. They got to go about 84 yards to make this a one-score game. Purdy works from the gun, or works from under center, rather. Niners doing a lot of shotgun in this game. That's why I said the gun, and that's going to be a first down. There's CMC. Well, I think Ovi's calling it a career after this year, Jack. That's what I heard. So Ovi's going to be done. I don't know when Sid and Gino are going to retire, though. But they're getting up there in age. They're in their late 30s. They're up there in age. 9 minutes to go in the half. 17-3 Seahawks. Niners got to go 80-plus yards to get this to a one-score game. Purdy from under center. He sets his tight end in motion, gets the snap. He's rolling, and he's looking. He fires to the left side, caught by the tight end, and he's going to get past the 30 for a first down. What record do I think the Steelers have next year since the AFC North plays both Southern divisions? Houston's a loss. Tennessee, I see being a win. Jacksonville, I think, is a loss. I think 2-2 at best against the AFC South, 1-3 at worst. Hold on. 8 minutes to go. Purdy again from the gun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He fires across the middle, caught by the tight end, and that's going to be a first down. There you go again. There go the Niners. They might just get it. NFC South. For some reason, I feel like we're going to beat Tampa. I don't know why, but for some reason, I feel like we're going to beat Tampa. We always play Baker Mayfield well. So for some reason, I don't know why, but I think for some reason Tampa's a win. I don't trust the Bucs. Carolina, I think will beat them too. I'm not a huge Bryce Young guy, I think we'll beat Carolina if we can stop the run. And we can stop the run effectively with this defense that we have. And I am very positive that our next either head coach or defensive coordinator is going to be hell-bent on stopping the run, because that's what the Steelers have always been known for. So you can eliminate the run game for Carolina, then you're going to beat them and eliminate Bryce Young from the equation. So Bryce Young beat you and eliminate their run game from the equation. So I think Carolina is a win. I just think they're too inexperienced. Purdy on 2nd and 8 gets it off to CMC. He's running, and he's very close to a first down before stepping out of bounds, brings up 3rd down. Atlanta, I think Atlanta's a win. I'm not high on the Falcons. I never was. I think Atlanta's a win. And then for some reason, I don't see us beating the Saints. We don't play well in New Orleans. I think the Saints is going to be a trap game. So I think with those two divisions, I think at the very best 4-4. Niners driving. They are past midfield into Seahawks territory, and I think someone used a timeout. Yep, San Francisco. They burned their 2nd timeout. Bo Nix out for the season. What happened? What happened to Bo Nix? Oh, no. Oh, man, he fractured his ankle. Oh, man. You got to be kidding me. That sucks. Wow. That sucks. Man, Bo Nix out for the rest of the season. I don't know if he I don't know if he does a 2007 Phillip Rivers. You know what? I don't know if he tries to pull a 2007 Phillip Rivers and tries to play through it, but that sucks. In the Chargers playoff game in 07 against the Patriots, Phillip Rivers played with a torn ACL. A lot of people don't remember that. He played with a torn ACL. But I don't think Bo Nix is going to try that. That sucks. Man. That really sucks. Yep, Adam Schefter just reported it. Yep, Adam Schefter just reported it. So, yeah, it's legit. That sucks. But yeah, do me a favor. 65 minutes in, 24 people in the chat. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. 17-3 Seattle. Do I trust Stafford in his game against the Bears, but it'll be cold and windy tomorrow night? That's an interesting dynamic to Stafford because he's not really used to playing in that type of weather. He spent the first 12 years of his career in Detroit where he was playing in a dome. And then he's been in LA for the past 4 or 5 years now out in the sun. So he hasn't really had to deal with those types of conditions throughout his career. So that's going to be a very interesting dynamic. But Chicago's defense has been a huge letdown this year. So I think Stafford can be able to have a good game against the Bears. But yeah, that Rams-Bears game tomorrow is going to be a lot more interesting than people think. Oh, here's a little razzle-dazzle. And all that just for a pitch play. All that just for a pitch play for a minimal gain, second down. But, that's Kyle Shanahan right there. That's Kyle Shanahan and Clay Kubiak. I can't stress enough. The Steelers requested to interview Clay Kubiak. And I'll tell you, either one of those Kubiaks, Clay or Clint, I would love here. I would love either one of the Kubiaks, Clay or Clint. 2nd and 9. And there's a handoff to McCaffrey. He's going to get a couple bit right there. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Yeah, he did. Adam Schefter reported it. He's out for the season. Sean McVay is winless in Chicago. I did not know that. Yeah, SoFi is a dome. That's right. So Stafford has basically played his whole career in a dome. So that's going to be a very interesting dynamic for tomorrow. That's right. I didn't think about SoFi for some reason. 3rd and 6. Purdy looking, firing, diving, catch. And he caught it. That's Ricky Pearsall. 1st down. It's only a matter of time before they get Pearsall involved. He made a diving catch right there, survived the ground, 1st down, 49ers. Wow. What a catch by Ricky Pearsall. 49ers might just do it. They had to go 90-plus yards to start the drive off just to get it to a 1-score game. And they are in Seattle territory now. They're almost in their red zone. And they're emphasizing it. They can't be challenging it. What? They're calling that incomplete? Oh, come on. They're calling that incomplete. So take that catch away from Ricky Pearsall, 4th and 6. Come on, there's no definitive evidence right there. So you're not going to show us any more angles right there? Come on, man. You can't take that catch away from him. So instead of it being 1st down in Seahawks territory, they're going to try and settle for a 56-yard field goal. Snap down, hold, kick is up. Pinheiro drills it from 56. to make it a 17-6 game. But, oh, man, Ricky Pearsall. I'm sorry, that was a catch. I'm sorry. To me, that was a catch. That was a catch to me. That was a catch. 20 degrees at game time. That's typical Chicago for you, Ryan. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Matthew Stafford plays a game in the cold like that. I saw someone say that the NFL wants a Patriots-Rams Super Bowl rematch, or perhaps this. Perhaps they want the 40th anniversary of Super Bowl 20 between the Patriots and the Bears. Perhaps the NFL wants that. Because remember Super Bowl 20? The 85 Bears, they swarmed the Patriots in that game, 46-10. Maybe the NFL wants a 40th anniversary of that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that really sucks for Bo Nix. That really sucks for Bo Nix. You like a rematch of Super Bowl 20? Yeah. Yeah, you know, maybe the NFL does want a 40th anniversary of Super Bowl 20. But, you know, my Super Bowl prediction's shot now. Last week I said Buffalo, Seattle, and Buffalo just got knocked out today. So, you know, Seattle can still make it. Seattle can still make it. They're in great position to. So I can get half of my prediction right at least. But, yeah, I said Buffalo, Seattle. But, yeah, Buffalo got knocked out today.
No spray on flavors, no compromises, just vet-developed recipes packed with fresh meat and healthy veggies. Because real fresh food belongs in everybody's bowl. The $4.99 double cheeseburger meal at Burger King.
I don't think the Bills win a Super Bowl. I hate to agree with you there, man. I hate to agree with you, but you know that I've been saying since around mid-season this was Buffalo's year. This was Josh Allen's best chance to win a Super Bowl. No Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. No Lamar Jackson, who, yes, he is 2-0 against in the playoffs, but, you know, maybe it's only a matter of time before Lamar finally gets one on Allen. You have a wide open AFC. You don't got to worry about facing the nemesis Chiefs. To me, this was Josh Allen's best chance. This is his biggest missed opportunity to win a ring, in my personal opinion. So, yeah, like, you know, for me, I'm on the boat. I was on the boat around mid-season of if Josh Allen doesn't win it this year, he never will. So I do not expect Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl from here on out. So it'll be kicked out, and that's where the Seahawks. You know what? I gotta update the score. I'm sorry, I gotta update the score. It's 17-6 now. So 17-6. Even though the 49ers should be driving in Seahawks territory, and it could be 17-10 potentially. But yeah. Hey Andy, how you doing, man? Got home from work. Luckily, I don't work on weekends. Yeah, that was a hell of a game between the Broncos and the Bills, man. Hell of a game. Went to overtime. So Seattle sets up at the 20, up 17-6. Darnold will pitch it to Walker, and he's going to get a decent gain right there, maybe 4, and that's going to bring up second down. Andy, I've been saying all stream, man. I've been saying all stream. If you're a Steeler fan, pay close attention to this game because you got Seattle's OC, Clint Kubiak, and you got San Francisco's OC, Clay Kubiak. This could be a sneak peek of what the Steeler offense could look like if we get one of the Kubiak bros over to Pittsburgh and we make them head coach or OC. So pay close attention to this game, man. I'm liking what I see from Clint, and I'm liking what I see from Clay. It's just Seattle, they got a real good defense over there. Real good defense. But, you know, Clinton Clay, they're living up to the billing. They're living up to the billing. So it'll be third down for the Seahawks. Oh, and not to mention the 49ers also got Robert Saleh as DC. So you might want to pay attention to that too. I will say the 49ers defense is holding up strong, only limiting Seattle to 43 rushing yards so far. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Seahawks. Darnold's going to work from this under center, sets a man in motion. He pitches it to Charbonnet, and he is met once again by a 49er fleet, and there's a flag down. And they're saying it's against San Francisco. Charbonnet's a little slow to get up. He's on all fours. Charbonnet's shaking up. Oh, he's favoring. Oh no. This isn't good. This isn't good for Seattle. Charbonnet was on all fours. He favored his calf, and now he's lying flat on his back with his calf elevated. Oh, this isn't good. It's going to be defensive holding on the 49ers, so that'll give Seattle a first down, but that's not the news right now. Oh, man, this is not good for Seattle. Not good at all. Well, there's helmet to helmet right there. There's helmet to helmet. Oh, no. Oh, no. When it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. First Bo Nix and now potentially Charbonnet. Man, this sucks. This really sucks. Safe to say the winner of Patriots-Texans is the AFC champion. It's looking like it, man. I am pulling so hard for Houston, dude. I am pulling so hard for Houston. You know, like, I don't know if, I said this earlier. I don't know if Bo Nix is going to try and pull a 2007 Phillip Rivers, because Phillip Rivers in 2007, when he had to go up against the Patriots in the playoffs, he had to play him on a torn ACL. Phillip Rivers played the Patriots on a torn ACL, but I don't see Bo Nix trying to do that. I don't see him trying to do that. Pens are tied up in the third period. Yeah, I'm getting updates on my phone, Colin. Yeah, so another high-scoring affair for the Pens, and Richards shitty goaltending for the Pens and all offense for him. But, yeah, Zach Charbonnet favored his calf. It does not look good for him either. Yeah, Corey, I hate to say I think New England can win, but there's two things. All right? Number one, Houston, they have never made it to the AFC Championship game, but I think they're due, okay? They got the monkey off their back on Monday night with their first road playoff win against us, all right? So I think, sometimes in sports, okay, good news for Charbonnet. He's walking on his own power, but he's going to the blue tent. But, yeah, this is not good for Charbonnet. He's definitely getting tested for a concussion because he took a helmet-to-helmet hit right there, but he was favoring his calf, and he's able to walk off on his own power. So that's a good sign for Charbonnet right there, but still, that sucks. But, yeah, I think Houston just might be due to get to the AFC Championship. But also New England's played a weak schedule all season, and there's a little bit of trickery right there. And there's Shaheed right there with a big first down, little razzle-dazzle right there showing by Clint Kubiak. I love it. I love it. Man, he caught the Niners defense napping right there. A reverse end right there. A great design by Clint Kubiak right there, man. I'm loving this. I'm loving this as a Steeler fan, man. I'm loving this. So we get to the 2-minute warning. 17-6 Seahawks. What a design right there by Clint Kubiak, man. But yeah, as a Steelers fan, I'm loving this. I am loving this. These designs, these trick plays. I'm loving it. I'm really getting excited because this guy could be our potential head coach. I'm loving it. But yeah, like I was saying before, though, I think Houston might be due to get to the AFC Championship. And also, New England has played a soft schedule all season. There has to be a point where the soft schedule just bites him in the ass. And I think tomorrow could be it. Houston has won 10 straight games, 13 of 15.
Introducing Indeed Career Scout. Get your resume tailored instantly.
Yeah, Sabres pulled like a 10-game winning streak out of their ass early on. They're playing. They're finally playing up to their potential. Like Buffalo's got a really good young core up there, but the problem, the Sabres are a lot like the Pirates of the NHL. Like the talent is there, but ownership just keeps killing them, So it's finally good to see them playing well. Hopefully they can keep it up. From a Ravens fan like me to a Steelers fan like you, with both our coaches gone and look. Oh yeah, Ravens Steelers is going to be hella different next year, Mace. It's going to be way different. No more chess matches between Tomlin and Harbaugh now. They're two brand new head coaches. I was thinking about this, I was thinking about this early on, Mace. It's funny. Like, when's the last time that the Steelers and Browns were looking for head coaches or coordinators in the same year? It's crazy. I can tell you it definitely wasn't 2007. I'm very certain it wasn't 1992. So just forget about head coaches because I know it's not either one of those years. So that eliminates that. What about coordinators, though? So we're back from action. 2 minutes to go in the half. Darnold dropping back, throws. Oh, in the hands of the tight end. He dropped it incomplete. But the last time that the Browns and Steelers were both looking for either a coach or a coordinator in the same year. Man. But yeah, I know, Andy. It definitely wasn't 07. I'm very positive it wasn't 1992 either. So I'm just thinking about coordinators now. Let's see, offense. Well, let's see. We got Arthur Smith last year, and then the Browns promoted, I think, their tight ends coach in 25, so it's not 24 and not 25. Darnold, oh, man, he had him. He had Shaheed right there. He missed him a little bit to the left, incomplete. Let's see. Matt Canada came here in 2021. I don't think the Browns, the Browns were coming off a playoff win in a playoff season, so I don't think they made any go. I'm not going to say 21, not 23. Randy Fichtner was promoted in 2018. Something that a lot of people don't talk about after the Jaguars playoff game was, and there you go right there. There you go right there. Only a matter of time before he was going to get involved, and that's a first down for Seattle. But something that I don't talk about a lot after the Jaguars playoff game, Todd Haley was let go after that game, which was stupid. You know, you score 42 points on the best defense in the league and you let the offensive coordinator go. Keith Butler should have been gone after that game, but you know the Steelers got rid of the wrong coordinator after that game. 131 total yards of offense for both teams, and it's 17-6 Seattle. What's the takeaway? The opening kickoff return for a score. There's Kenneth Walker gashing through. He's going to pick up a first down. So Randy Fichtner was promoted in 2018. You know what? There's the answer. There's the answer right there. 2018. Because we promoted Randy Fichtner in 2018. We let Todd Haley go. And the Browns hired Todd Haley as their offensive coordinator in 2018. So my answer is 2018. My answer is 2018. That's the last time, to the best of my memory, that the Browns and Steelers were both looking for coordinators or coaches in the same year. Or they at least needed to make a change. So my answer is 2018, which is honestly way sooner than which is honestly way more recent than I thought it was. Clay Kubiak on the Steelers and Clint Kubiak on the Ravens would be hilarious. That would actually be kind of cool. You know, that would actually be kind of cool. The brothers battling it out twice a year. It'd be like Super Bowl 47, Jim Harbaugh versus John Harbaugh. That'd actually be kind of cool. You know, I kept seeing the memes when Harbaugh and Tomlin were gone, Stefanski were gone. I kept seeing the memes that like, oh, the AFC North has an opportunity to do the funniest thing ever, and then they show Tomlin coaching the Ravens, Stefanski coaching the Steelers, and then Harbaugh coaching the Browns. Like all three of those teams just swap coaches. First and goal. Play action, hands it off. No, touchdown. And that's Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker punches it in. And it's 23-6. A great design right there by Walker. He faked the route right there, caught the entire left side off guard, and he just walks in. What a great design. What a great design right there. Extra point is up and good. 24-6. 24-6 Seattle. What a great design again by Kubiak, by Clint. 24-6. Do I think Joe Brady is going to take a head coaching job? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I heard the Dolphins interviewed him, or at least requested to interview him. But, man, I'm telling you, man, I would love Joe Brady as my head coach. Joe Brady's another guy I would love. Joe Brady's another guy I would love over here. He did that hook and ladder thing again today, like he did against the Texans earlier in the season. He conducted that hook and ladder play that put the Bills to get a first down against the Broncos, like how they did against the Texans earlier. Yeah, I would love Joe Brady as head coach, man. You saw one of Tomlin. I saw one of Tomlin going to the Ravens and the Steelers getting Harbaugh, and that's yeah. I saw that too. And it was like, the Steelers and Ravens have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever, and then they just basically switch head coaches. So San Francisco down 24-6, not 24-3. 24-6. 24-6.
it's the first play of the game that's going to matter. And that first play set the tone for the entire half. Sheehy, 97 plus yards for the score.
24-6. So 28 seconds to go in the half. Niners got some serious second half adjustments to make. They're down 3 scores. Purdy works. Wanted to throw, takes it back, and now he does throw, and it's incomplete. Second down. Eagles should be ashamed losing their home playoff game to the Niners. I agree. That was an awful game that the Eagles had. That was an awful game. Philly did the right thing letting go of Patullo. Patullo was trash, but at the same time, how much of that is on Patullo and how much of it is on Saquon Barkley running for 500, 600 yards less than he did last year? There's Purdy taking off with his legs. He's going to pick up a first down. So how about Brock Purdy using his legs into the 49, or did he step out of bounds? I think he did. So he's able to land out of bounds right there, stops the clock, 13 seconds left. This is where time management's important. Or no, he did not. Let's see the replay here. Either that or San Francisco burned their last time out. So let's see. Does he go out of bounds? No, he's in bounds, so the clock stops. So San Francisco had to have burned their last time out. Yeah, he's in bounds right there. So Shanahan had to have burned his last time out. Yep, he did. So Niners are out of timeouts. They have time for like 1 or 2 more plays. Joe Brady was the passing game coordinator and wide receiver coach at LSU. Yeah, definitely. That's the type of guy that we need right there, a pass game coordinator. And, you know, we're in the right direction with that because I think the first guy that the Steelers interviewed was Nate Schillhouse, who's the Rams pass game coordinator. And I love that, going after a Sean McVay disciple. I love that. Wow, the Falcons are finalizing a deal with Kevin Stefanski as new head coach. So it looks like Kevin Stefanski's on his way to Atlanta. Adam Schefter just reported it. So it looks like Kevin Stefanski is going to be the next head coach of the Falcons. So, you know, I'll be honest. I kind of wanted Stefanski over here as offensive coordinator, but, you know, I also kind of knew at the same time that he was going to take a head coach job more. I just didn't know if he was willing to lateral. But, yeah, Kevin Stefanski is looking like he's going to be the new head coach for the Falcons. And is that picked off? Out of bounds. Really close right there. So, yeah, the Falcons and Stefanski are finalizing a deal. They just need to get the details out. But, yeah, it looks like Stefanski will be coaching the Falcons. Second and 10, they're saying he's out of bounds. Almost intercepted there. 2nd and 10. Seahawks playing prevent here. They're expecting Purdy to chuck it to the end zone, which he does. It's up, and it is knocked down, and that ends the first half. Purdy took a shot to the end zone. Seahawks playing prevent, and it's halftime in Seattle. 24-6. All Seahawks at the half. And I'm going to go ahead and take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Yeah, as always, do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. So I wanted to see if I could get someone on here, but I also want to grow the chat up a little bit too. I want to grow the chat up a little bit too. It's kind of platoon between like 20 or so people. Did it snow where? Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, dude. Like I'm not kidding. I got 15 inches of snow. I'm not kidding, bro. I got 15 inches of snow. It was ridiculous. I spent like 45 minutes trying to like just get all the snow off my I was blocking my garage. Hey, we got a Tom Grassi raid. Oh, this is beautiful. Hey, Tom Grassi. Tom Grassi raided my stream a couple years ago. The Grassi posse is here, man. The Grassi posse is here. How's Tom taking that How's Tom taking that loss to Chicago last week, man? Is he recovered from it? Oh man, that was horrible. That was awful the way Green Bay choked that game. But yeah, Grassi posse, man. Two times Tom Grassi has raised stream. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible.
Can you believe all this food is in one box?
Wow. Not every day. Not every day you get Tom Grassi rating your stream. Not every day that happens. Yeah, I know. Grassi and Tree. I remember it was Grassi and urinating Tree. That's easily a top 3 moment on my channel here. That's easily a top 3 moment on my channel here. Easily a top 3 moment. Urinating Tree is my favorite YouTuber, man. I love Urinating Tree. Tom Grassi's great too. 5 Points Vids is great as well. You know, like all them guys. I love all them guys that do that roundhouse table, man. Urinating Tree, 5 Points Vids. Scooter, even though he's a huge Cowboys homer, Scooter. I love all them guys, man. 5 Points Vids. Love all them guys, man. Yeah, Tree is hilarious. Tree's hilarious, man. I think the first urinating Tree video that I ever saw was his locale video back in 2017. I think that's the first urinating Tree video that I ever saw. And then I've been subbed to the channel. I've been subbed to the channel since. And then I got Tom Grassi urinating Tree and 5 Points Vids. My first 5 Points Vids video, I think, was when he was triggering every NFL fan base in 2017. So it was before the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And, like then I've been subbed to the channel.
It's going to be interesting to see what Sean Payton does with Skip, how he's going to integrate him into the game. He's thrown a ball for 2023. So it's been a few years that this guy has played. He's going to go against the toughest defense in the league, especially. First
U-Tree content you got exposed to was the Steelers-Browns. Oh, man. That was legendary. That was legendary. I was streaming the game game myself. I was streaming the game myself. Oh my God. Oh my God. You should have seen me on my old. I was streaming that game. Oh my God. I was so mad. I like that game. You know, that's why I always say that's the game that made me want Tomlin gone. That game, man, I have never been more pissed off at the Steelers in my life with that game. Like, oh man, you should have seen me in that game. I was pissed. I was absolutely pissed. First U-Tree video was like him making fun of the Pirates in my first 5 points, but yeah, he I'll tell you, man, he hit that Pirates video he hit the nail on the head with that Pirates video. He hit the nail on the head. Hey, Secret Underdog, thanks a lot. He says, most excited I've been about our team in forever. Finally, we can look forward to some changes. A fresh start is what we needed for so long, man. Definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. It's a very interesting time to be a Steeler fan. You know, we can finally stop worrying about being a glorified first-round bye, the 9-8 seasons, stumbling ass backwards into wins, the stupid word salads, the waste of challenges, the waste of timeouts, playing down to competition, underutilizing players, not putting players in the right positions, you know, blown coverages. I mean, you name it. We all know the flaws with Tomlin, and it's finally gone. Thank God. I know Chris Shula turned down the Browns, so he's already sounding like a Steeler. Yeah. Adonis, I don't remember what my first Chisel Adonis video was. But yeah, he's great too. Chisel Adonis is great too. Yours was the Orioles aviation flu video back in 2018. Yeah. Urinating tree is awesome. I love urinating tree. You feel bad for Broncos fans out there. You'll win, but in return, you lose your starting quarterback. Yeah. Yeah, that really sucks for Bo Nix. Danielle says, go Hawks. Hey, your Seahawks are playing a really great game so far. They're playing a great game. My first Barry McConkener video. Yeah, Barry McConkener is probably like a close second for me. I love Barry too. I'm pretty sure my first Barry McConkener video, Tom Brady's luckiest playoff games. Like, dude, that dude hates Tom Brady. His hate for Tom Brady is funny, you know. I used to think it was just genuine hatred for Tom Brady, but it's gotten kind of like to a point to where it's actually pretty comical, you know. But yeah, Barry McConkener's great. He's another one, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my video of his was Tom Brady's luckiest playoff moments. Johnster, thanks for tuning in, man. Did I see Josh Allen crying at the podium after? I did not check it out. I did not check out his postgame. Yeah, I know the Falcons are finalizing a deal with Kevin Stefanski, so it looks like he's headed on over to Atlanta. I think it was the Browns-Steelers wild card, but I don't think I watched. Yeah, that was a legendary stream that U-Tree did. I watched the replay of it. Oh my God. Rest in his neighbors. Like, he was screaming so loudly in the first quarter of that game. But then again, so was I. So, you know, then again, so was I. So, like, if my old channel was still up and you guys saw my stream on that game, you'd think me and Urinating Tree were the same person. That's how bad it was, you know. The 0-16 Browns video, that's another good one, yeah. That's another good one. No, I've actually never been to Three River Stadium. I have never been to Three River Stadium. I was like 4 or 5 years old when they demolished it. So I never got a chance to go to Three Rivers. But, you know, my grandparents and my uncle, they always said they weren't fans of Three Rivers. They always said it was outdated and that the demolition of it was long overdue. They were not fans of Three Rivers. Oh yeah, my old channel was pretty good. Andy, I used to be a trash talker. As 49ers received the second half kickoff, down 24-6, and gonna get stopped at about the 27. But on my old channel, I used to be a trash talker, and I used to be part of what's called the TTC, the Trash Talk Circle. And then after 2020, I just got tired of it because a combination of me just getting tired of it and me just not having the time to do it anymore. You know, like you go to war for your team, you know, and before every game you trash talk your opponent. And then if you win the game, you get to do a victory lap. You get to diss him again. If you want to lose, you got to come up on camera and give a crow video. You know, you got to congratulate the other team, and then you can say what you want to say, you know. But I did that for about 4 years. I got tired of it, and then I just got my job, and I couldn't find the time to do it anymore. So my channel about a year, then my old channel about a year later got struck down due to copyright, and that's how I got the channel that I have now. So, but yeah, there were some good times. There were some good times on the old one, you know. Purdy on 2nd and 9, rolling to his right, throws out of bounds, 2nd down. You found my channel through the triggering fit. Yeah, that was a fun video to make. That was a fun video to make. Your first video of mine was my post game between the Steelers and Texans 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I was not a happy camper in that video. I know that for sure. You know where Utree lives. I know he lives in Pittsburgh. Purdy, 3rd and long. Or 3rd and 9. Purdy, oh, he gets away from a sack. He's rolling, and he fires down to the left side, and it is caught by Jawan Jennings for a 1st down. What a play. What great escapability by Brock Purdy. And he's able to find Jawan Jennings, and that is a huge 1st down for the 49ers right there. MLB teams who are last in line to get a title. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was another one. That was another fun one to make. So, huge 3rd down conversion right there for the 49ers. And Purdy, play action, being chased, rolling to his right, still being chased. He's just going to throw it out of bounds, 2nd down. You had just got done tutoring at community college and was waiting to be picked up by your parents, was scrolling through YouTube and found Mac's original channel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the original channel was a lot of fun. 543, 12-row Greenlock, PA. Do I ever think I'll do a video triggering NFL or NBA teams? I've wanted to do that, but I could just never get the script for it, you know. And 2nd and 10 gives it off to James. He's going to get to about the 45 3rd down. My reaction when Ozzy died, I was devastated. I was crushed. I felt like a part of my childhood died. I felt like a family member died. I got the news when I was at work. I had taken my break at work, and I just hopped on Facebook and shout out to my man A Pizzle. Shout out to my man A Pizzle. I saw on Facebook that he posted it, and at first I thought it was fake, and then I kept scrolling and I kept seeing people post that he had passed, and like I couldn't believe it. I was crushed. I was, like normally I don't get very upset about celebrities' passings unless it's someone that I really like, but Ozzy hit me like a truck, dude. Like, I actually got emotional. Like, I actually teared up at work a little bit. And I remember that weekend that he passed, there was just a time where my wife was at work and I was just sitting here by myself. It's 4th and 2. And Purdy's going to get sacked on 4th and 2. What a stop by the Seahawks defense. Wow. What a stop by the Seahawks defense on 4th and 2. But yeah, like the weekend that he passed away, there was a time when my wife was at work and I was just kind of sitting here, still just in shock that he passed. And I just shuffled my iPhone and Dreamer came on and I broke down. I couldn't help it. I broke down. I just had to let it out. I broke down. I was sobbing. It was, it hit me then that he really is gone. But, normally I don't get choked up about celebrities' passings unless it's someone that I really like, But yeah, that was, I was crushed.
Nothing like knowing at fine hotels and resorts, the complimentary breakfast starts your day.
The only celebrity that ever truly brought me down was MJ. Yeah, Michael Jackson was huge. I was never a big fan of Michael Jackson, but I remember the day he died. It was huge. Like, it was getting comparisons to the day that Elvis died. Like, his death was huge. And a lot of people don't realize that Farrah Fawcett died the same day that Michael Jackson died, and Farrah Fawcett was huge as well. But, she got overshadowed by Michael Jackson. But yeah, like I remember the day Michael Jackson died. It was huge. It was getting comparisons to Elvis's death. In December 2018. Oh yeah, that was a bad loss the Steelers had there. The Pirates video you're referring to is just tank the season, just lay over and die. Oh yeah. Because that was after the break when the Pirates had that 4-24 stretch through 28 games. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just you're about to enter another rebuild. Nothing's working. You may as well just tank and start over. I was pissed off, man. I really was. Yeah, Kobe Bryant was huge. I was more shocked when Kobe died because no one was expecting it. I was more shocked than I was sad about Kobe. Literally no one expected. I got the update on my phone when I was coming home from work, and I'm like, this can't be real. Someone just had to fake post this, and I saw it was legit. He died. It was, So Seattle takes over, and it's Walker going to get forced out of bounds, 2nd down. Yeah, Steve Irwin was big too. If I had access to a time machine, would I ever consider going back to the 70s so I could see those Pirates teams? Oh, without hesitation, man. Without hesitation, I do that. It'll be 2nd and 3. Darnold going to work from under center. Sets his man in motion. He's dropping back, throws, and it is caught. And that's Cooper Kupp once again. 1st down, Seahawks. Cooper Kupp getting real involved. Cooper Kupp. And that's going to be a first down for the Seahawks. My top 3 comedians of all time. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. There's so many comedians I like. 1st and 10. Handoff Walker. He's going to gash to his right side, and he's going to pick up decent yardage for a second down. Good run right there. My top 3 comedians. I love Jeff Dunham. I'm a big Jeff Dunham guy. I'll go Jeff Foxworthy, and a really underrated one that I don't think gets talked about enough, John Panette. John Panette was hilarious. But yeah, like that's not a definitive top 3. That's just at the top of my head. But yeah. I'll say for right now, Jeff Dunham, Jeff Foxworthy, and John Panette. And that's another first down for Seattle. They are in the Niners red zone looking to just pour it on some more. Darnold under center. And look out, he's going to get dumped. CJ West brings him down. And that's a big stop. That's a big play by the Niners pass rush right there, second down. Jerry Seinfeld's okay. He's just not my cup of tea, you know. CJ Jones and Brian Ray going to try. Yeah, I'll check him out. Yeah, loss of 8 right there for Darnold, 2nd and 18. He's going to work from the gun, and he'll bring Walker to his right side, takes the snap, pitches it to him. He's going to get a couple of those yards back. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Favorite Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back. I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I love the original trilogy. Empire Strikes Back. Revenge of the Sith is good, but like the prequels, I personally think people are too hard on the prequels, you know, just because they pale in comparison to the originals. But the prequels are very hit or miss. They have some good things about them, but it's just one of those instances where the bad outweighs the good, you know. And JSN on a pitch play on 3rd and 13, he is very close to a first down. And that's going to bring a 4th down for Seattle. I think Seattle is just going to take the points here. Yeah, Seattle, I think they just take the points here, 27-6. But, yeah, Revenge of the Sith is good. I think it's the best of the prequels, in my opinion. But, you know, again, like the original trilogy is way better. Yeah, I do not like the sequels at all. The sequels are awful. At that, like I saw, what do you call it? As the kick is good, 27-6 from 24 yards out. I saw, man, what was the first one called? What was the first sequel movie called? I know I saw it in theaters. I just don't remember the name of it. What's the name of it? But anyway, but whatever. I saw Force Awakens. Yeah, me and my family saw Force Awakens in theaters the year it came out, and after that, I was like, I'm done. You know what? I'm done with Star Wars. They're just milking it right now. You know. So the sequels are trash. I don't like those. The prequels, like I said, I think everyone's a little too hard on the prequels. There are some good things about the prequels, but again, it's just one of those things where the bad just outweighs the good. But the original trilogy, the original Star Wars movies are amazing. I think everyone can agree with that. Hey, what's going on, Arter? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. But yeah, as I always say, new to the channel, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. 27-6, Seattle. They are all over the 49ers. They have been in command literally since the first play of the game, which was a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The Phantom Menace. So The Phantom Menace is widely considered to be the worst Star Wars movie of them all. I disagree. I think Attack of the Clones is way worse. The Phantom Menace just has a lot of inconsistencies with it. A lot of the plot doesn't make sense. The characters are very underdeveloped. I don't really even know who the main character is. Like, to me, it's really not even worth talking about, because if you guys know this channel called Red Letter Media, there's this guy who just rips into the prequels. He hates the prequels. And you know what? He says a lot of things about the prequels that actually make sense. So yeah, if you can, check out Red Letter Media, Star Wars, The Phantom Menace, Mr. Plinkett. Like, he hates the prequels, dude. You would love for Sam Darnold to win a Super Bowl? I agree. It would be a nice feel-good story. Sam Darnold taking home a Lombardi. Thank you, Arter. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. You have Attack of the Clones so much he refers to it as Attack of the Clown. Hey, he's not right. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Yeah, Attack of the Clones was awful. I like AVGN. I love AVGN. Nostalgia Critic, not so much. Not so much Nostalgia Critic. AVGN, though, I love AVGN. AVGN is kind of simmered down a little bit, but like his old stuff up until about, I would say, 2015, like his first 10 or so seasons are gold mine. After 2015, he kind of simmered down and started to get a little still, but AVGN was awesome. Nostalgia Critic, I could never get into. So it's 1st and 10 for San Francisco. Ball at about the 41. And Purdy fakes the handoff. He has a lot of that protection he's got right there, and it's picked off. Ernest Jones tried to thread the needle there, and he threw it right to Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks get the ball right back. Wow. Brock Purdy trying to thread the needle. It backfired horribly. And it got picked off. Ernest Jones. I'd rather play Superman 64 again than watch the Chiefs Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. You're not wrong there. I've never played Superman 64, but man, that game looks so frustrating, man. A lot of the, some of the games that AVGN reviewed, I have played. My cousins used to have an N64, and they used to have NES and the Super Nintendo. So like some of the games that he reviewed, I actually have played, and he's absolutely right. Those games are horrible.
More cheap things in 2026. Now choose from reduced MSRPs, package discounts, or added value on some of the 2026 models.
I think my favorite AVGN episode. I think my favorite AVGN episode has to be the Dick Tracy one, because the reason. Yeah, I think my favorite one is the Dick Tracy one, because he genuinely, you can tell sometimes in his videos that, he's kind of forcing himself to be mad. But in the Dick Tracy one, it feels authentic. Like he actually seems genuinely pissed off at that game. That's why I like that one so much. His anger feels real. Did I like the live action Ninja Turtles movies in the 90s? I liked the first two. The third one was awful.
This isn't just a meal. It's a rivalry. Wingstop is it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just nothing can go right for San Francisco. Nothing can go right for San Francisco. So, yeah, Seattle's defense, man. What can you say? Seattle's defense. First console was the Wii. My first console was Super Nintendo. So Seattle takes over. They have the ball at around midfield, up 27-6, looking to pour it on. They have been in command literally since the opening kickoff. Hey, Ohio Game Talks. How you doing, man? And gets it off to JSN, and that's gonna. He says, just ran into the Bills in Cancun. Yeah. Another playoff heartbreak for the Bills. Yeah, PS1 was great. PS1's, dude, I love Crash Band. The Crash Bandicoot series was awesome. I remember just playing the hell out of those games. Those were so fun to play. I used to be a real hardcore gamer. Like when I was a kid up until like my mid-teenage years, I was like a real hardcore gamer. Not so much anymore, but yeah, I used to be a real hardcore gamer. I love Crash Bandicoot. Spyro was a lot of fun. NFL Blitz. I love NFL Blitz 2000. Man. Yeah. The Sonic the Hedgehog games were awesome. Mario was awesome. Yeah. I like all that stuff, Mortal Kombat, amazing. Love Mortal Kombat. 3rd and 5. Darnold gets it off to a wide Walker to the right side. That's another first down for Seattle. They keep on moving the sticks. My favorite Crash game, Crash Bash. I love Crash. Nintendo DS. It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, OGT, because I got my old one right here. And I am replaying my old Pokemon Emerald game. Those Pokemon games are still a lot of fun to play. I had both at one point, but we got rid of it. We had it at one point. My parents sold it without even asking me and my brother. So thanks, Mom and Dad. As a matter of fact, OGT. As a matter of fact, this is what my wife got me for my birthday. Nintendo Switch. 2nd and 13. Darnold. And he gets it off to Cooper Kupp and another first down. Yeah, the switch is really cool, man. Switch is really cool. Yeah, you got to try it. The switch is a lot of fun, man. The only thing I don't like about it is that you got to use Wi-Fi on it. That's the only thing I don't like. So if I leave my house, so I basically just have to play it in my house, in my condo or my house. So I can't take it outside. Metroid, yeah, Metroid was a lot of fun too. So another first down for Seattle. Play clock down to 3. And Darnold gets it off, and before anything can happen, there's a flag. Someone call a timeout. Yes, Seattle did. Seahawks called a timeout. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? He says, currently in Las Vegas celebrating my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Kevin. And I'm on my way back to my hotel to rest up for the next night before heading back to Arizona in the morning. Oh, yeah, Vegas is a lot of fun, man. You'll love Vegas. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about the Switch is that it uses Wi-Fi, so I can't really use it outside my condo. But other than that, I love the Switch. First and 10. Seahawks got the ball, looking to pour it on here. And Darnold is going to work again from under center. Sets another guy in motion. Man in the backfield. Play clock down to 4. Hands it off. It's Walker, and he's got an easy touchdown. Diving for the pylon, and it's 33-6. Wow. I did not expect this. I thought, well, whoops, my mic fell. Did not expect this. I thought this was going to be the best game of the week. It's an absolute bloodbath. 33-6. Did not expect this at all. And extra point is up and good, 34-6. 4-6. Yeah, I know the Niners have been injured all season this year, Isaac, but they had Eagles in Philadelphia last week, and they come on up to Seattle. Tough environment, real good Seahawks team. I thought the Niners could put up a fight, but Seattle just laying the smackdown on San Francisco. Not even close.
Big time, best time, all the time. Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
The room? No, I do not have the room, Jack. Jawan Jennings must be on a coffee break. I mean, Jawan Jennings has been targeted. Jennings has been targeted a couple of times this game, but like the Seahawks defense is just too much, man. So yeah, I did not expect this at all. And Seattle is showing everybody, for the Steeler fans that say that I want an offensive-minded coach. I hear you. I want an offensive-minded coach too, but look at what Seattle's doing right now. Seattle is showing us all that kind of coaches are perfectly capable of winning in this league. Mike McDonald, defensive-minded guy. You had a great offensive coordinator in Clint Kubiak, who I would love to coach this team. I hear you. I want an offensive-minded guy too, but you defensive-minded guy as long as he hires the right personnel. And, that's why Mike McDonald, he's one of the best coaches in the league. What if we get a Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl? Hopefully it won't be 43-8. Do I remember Slash? Of course I do. He was the first Steelers quarterback I saw. Of course I remember Slash. And, you know, a lot of Steelers fans actually didn't like Slash because, you know, he was a bad playoff quarterback. I was always an advocate of Slash. You know, I was always an advocate of Slash. He was a very unique player. I was always an advocate of him. He did not have the right coordinators. I'm telling you, if you give Slash coordinators that understand his capabilities, he would have. I'm telling you, he would have been an elite quarterback. I'm telling you that right now, man. But a lot of Steeler fans didn't like him because he was a bad playoff quarterback and he was a very inconsistent thrower. You know, I always stood up for him. If you give him good offensive coordinators, he would have been an elite quarterback. I will die on that hill. But, you know, that's no excuse for how badly he messed up in 1997 and 2001. I'm not taking that. I'm not excusing him for that at all. Don't get me wrong. But the rest of his career, you give him competent offensive coordinators, he would have been a much better quarterback. So Niners have it, 1st and 10. And I don't know why they're running the ball now. You're down 28 points. You're down 28 points. Why are you running the ball? This is Brock. You have to show that Brock Purdy's capable of trying to at least get something going. I mean, you know, it's not within reason either. Like, if this was the 4th quarter, I would get it, but it's the 3rd quarter. Why are you running the ball now? Purdy is going to keep it, and he's going to run out of bounds 2nd down. Yeah, basically, Jack, Slash was kind of like Lamar Jackson before Lamar, but Lamar was a better thrower, you know. Mobile quarterback, used his legs a lot. He was rocky with throwing the ball to start his career. But the difference is Lamar became a better thrower and Slash was just kind of an inconsistent thrower. And again, I think a lot of that was on coaching. Third and 3. Purdy will throw to the left side. And, oh, my goodness. Jennings, you got to catch that. Jennings, we were just talking about you, man. You haven't been targeted enough. Purdy, put it right in your hands, dude. Put it right in your hands. You got to make that catch. Come on, dude. Put it right in your hands. Put it right in the chest. You got to make that catch. That's a 1st down all day. Nothing can go right for San Francisco. Nothing can go right for them tonight. Have I started to love basketball again? Yes, I am officially back into the NBA, Elephant. I am. You know, the Nuggets winning the chip a couple years ago, you know, that compelled me to get back into the NBA because, you know, there's parity now. The Warriors dynasty is over with. No more Kevin Durant bandying the super teams. Like, you know, like when I was younger, the NBA was like right on the same level as the NHL, NFL, and MLB for my favorite sport. Like it was right there. But then Kevin Durant joined that Warriors team, and that legit made me stop watching the NBA for a long time. But then Denver won the chip a couple years ago, and that got me back into it, and I'm officially watching it again. Oh, how Purdy was able to get away from pressure like that and still get the pass off was incredible, but he threw it into double coverage, and the Niners turn it over on downs. What an effort. What an effort by Brock Purdy. I mean, he's got 3 guys chasing him right there. He evades pressure, throws the ball as he's landing out of bounds. It's incomplete, but man, what a job by Brock Purdy right there. The Cavs and Warriors ruined the NBA for 5 years. No, the Cavs didn't ruin the NBA. The Warriors did. Well, no, not even the Warriors. Kevin Durant did. Kevin Durant. Okay? Kevin Durant did. He joined a 73-win team that was loose. Like, that single-handedly made me stop watching basketball for a long time. But I'm back into it now. There's parity now. There's parity now. You get all these great teams, you have all these great teams in the league. Like, the one thing the one thing that hasn't changed with the NBA is that the West is still okay. When I started watching the NBA, when I first became an NBA fan, the West was loaded, and it still is. Okay, like Oklahoma City is a phenomenal team. The Thunder, they're a phenomenal team. They're defending champs for a reason. They have a phenomenal team down there in OKC. The Spurs are playing great basketball. I still love seeing the Spurs do well, even though I'm a Bulls fan. But and the reason is because, back in the day, I used to love watching the Big Three Spurs. I loved watching Duncan, Manu, and Ginobili with Coach Pops. And Pops will always be my favorite coach in the history of sports. I have a ton of admiration and respect for Greg Popovich. But, the Spurs, they're finally playing well again. Wemby's playing out of his mind. And Spurs have been OKC's Achilles heel this year. They've beaten them 3 out of 4 times this year. So it's great to see the Spurs playing well. The Lakers are always great. In the East, you got the Knicks who have been great for a couple of years now, when the Knicks used to be the joke of the NBA, but the Knicks are finally great. The Pistons are having an unbelievable year this year. The Cavs are kind of up and down, but I think last year they just kind of overachieved. They're kind of up and down this year. Boston's always really good. You don't know with the NBA now. That's what's great about it. There's parity in the league, So, yeah, the Seahawks are 15 minutes away. Seahawks are 15 minutes away from going to their first NFC Championship game since 2014. Or no, third quarter. 41 seconds still left in the third, but basically the same thing. So Seattle gets the ball after the Niners turn it over on downs. And off to Walker, and Walker continues to beat up on that Niner defense. He picks up another first down. Well, yeah, that hasn't changed too. Washington sucks. The Wizards are such a poorly ran franchise. The Wizards are terrible. I'm surprised by how bad the Pacers are. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Seattle's just going to drown out the clock. So we go to the fourth quarter, 34-6 Seattle. But I'm surprised by how bad the Pacers are. I mean, I thought that they could have taken a step back this year because of Halliburton's injury in the finals. But, man, I didn't think they'd be this bad. Wow. It's amazing how one player can affect your whole team. Yeah, I'm really surprised by how bad the Pacers are right now. Yeah. But, if you haven't already, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Ring the bell for notifications, man. Seattle is 15 minutes away from going to their first NFC Championship in 11 years.
Your perfect winter getaway is coming.
Knicks Thunder NBA Finals, I could see that. I don't think anyone's beating OKC. I don't think anyone's beating the Thunder. They're too good. Well, you know what? Actually, Andy, I could see the Spurs beating them. I think the one team that the Thunder got to look out for in the playoffs are the Spurs. The Spurs have played them very well this year. If I'm a Thunder fan, I would not want to face the Spurs in the playoffs. But yeah, other than them, I don't see anyone beating the Thunder. But yeah, Detroit, they're having an unbelievably good year. Toronto is surprisingly decent. Orlando is surprisingly decent. I think either Boston, New York, or Detroit comes out of the East this year. And the West, it's going to be either the Thunder or Spurs.
Where 15 drivers compete for a spot with Ram and College Racing in the 2026 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
I'm Matt College, owner of College Racing, and I don't just hand out.
Reminds you of the early to mid 2010s. Oh, Andy, you would have loved the matchups between the Spurs and Lakers in the 2000s. The Spurs and Lakers, they had a big rivalry back then. Like, they met in the playoffs, I think every year from 2000 to 2004, the Spurs and Lakers played each other in the playoffs. And the winner of those series, or no, wait, hold on. 1999, they met in the playoffs, and then every year from 2001 to 2004. So five times in a span of 6 years, the Spurs and Lakers played each other in the playoffs, and the winner of the series went on to either go to the NBA Finals or win the NBA Finals. That's how big that rivalry was. The Spurs, they beat the Lakers in a shortened season in 99. Spurs went on to win the finals over the Knicks. And then the Lakers took out the Spurs in 01 and 02. That was part of their three-peat. Spurs got them in 03. They beat the Nets in the finals. And then the Lakers beat the Spurs in 04, and the Lakers lost to a very underrated Detroit Pistons team that year. No one talks about that 03-04 Pistons team. That was a great team the Pistons had that year. But yeah, the Spurs and Lakers, they had a huge rivalry in the early 2000s. First and goal for Seattle, ball at the 10. They are just going to pour it on here. Darnold sets another guy in motion, and he's just running it right here with Walker, just draining as much clock as possible. 49ers got a plane to catch, and the Seahawks don't got to go anywhere. They are staying right at home, awaiting the winner of Rams-Bears. It's funny how everyone hates the Knicks and Yankees. I don't know a single soul that hates the Knicks. I don't know a single soul that hates the Knicks. They've been such a bad franchise for so long, and now finally they're great. I don't know a single soul that hates the Knicks, to be honest with you. Second and goal. Darnold fakes the throw, hands it off to Walker, bulldozes a guy over. He's going to get to the 5, and that's going to bring up third and goal. Speaking of 1999, do you think that if the Bulls hadn't been broken up that they could have possibly gave the Spurs some trouble that year? I don't think so, to be honest with you, Maze, because the big three were older also, and Phil Jackson wasn't the Bulls coach anymore. So I don't know. I think the Spurs still would have beaten them. Phil Jackson left the Bulls that year. I don't know. But I will say this, if Michael Jordan never retired in the mid-90s, I honestly think Chicago could have won 8 straight. I'm one of those people. I think the Bulls would have won 81 to 98 if MJ never retired. Third and goal. Darnold from the gun. Hands it off to Walker, and he will punch it in. Touchdown. Seattle pouring it on 40-6, and that's Kenneth Walker. Wow. Well, sorry, guys. I thought this was going to be a great game. I thought this was going to be a great game. Instead, it's a complete laugher. The most lopsided game of the playoffs. Complete laugher. Snap down, hold, kick is up, and it is good, 41-6. So he showed up tonight, and it's Clint Kubiak. So, yeah, 49ers got a plane to catch. Seahawks, they're not going anywhere. 41-6. $41-6. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this just goes to show you defensive-minded coaches can win in today's league. Defensive-minded coaches can win in today's league. Mike McDonald, defensive guy. He's got Clint Kubiak as his offensive coordinator. That's why I keep saying, if we hire Brian Flores as our head coach, and he's able to bring in a good offensive-minded guy for the OC, I wouldn't mind. I would love it. But like I said, Flores here one way or another. So yeah, this just goes to show you defensive-minded guys can win in today's league. Yeah, just a complete and utter domination by, almost like a complete replay of Week 18 of what the Seahawks did to the 49ers in Week 18. The only difference is that the score isn't as bad. Yes, Seattle hasn't missed a beat. Seattle has not missed a beat from Week 18 at all. And that's why I said they're my favorite to go to the Super Bowl. This is a fantastic team they got.
Chase gold.
Chase me. Nah, chase me.
Chase all. It's all right.
But yeah, like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram, ring the bell for notifications. Yeah, the Steelers and Hawkeyes do have the same colors because the Hawkeyes actually adopted the Steelers colors in the 70s after the Steelers won the 4th Super Bowl because they wanted to, that's a true story. And that's why they have identical colors and identical uniforms. My favorite of all time, Die Hard. Love Die Hard. 41-6. Basically like the Packers and Cowboys in the wild card a couple years ago. Yeah, but the Cowboys also did a lot of stat padding to make the score look a little more respectable. I don't think San Francisco is going to do that. So 41-6. Purdy is just going to hand it off to CMC. There's no sense in it. Remember what I said earlier? You don't give up unless it's within reason. Well, it's within reason now. You're down by 35 points. You're not going to come back and win this game. You got all night by the defense. You just end the game here. It's within reason now. Favorite film of all time is Rob Zombie's Halloween in 07. I love the original Halloween, Jack. Not that one, though. Yeah, there's no sense. I mean, you're down 35 points. It's the 4th quarter. You've had no answer for one of the best defenses in the league, and they're off. You can't stop anything on offense. I mean, I said before, you don't give up unless it's within reason. Now it's within reason. So, you know. Okay, don't hate me for this, but I was never a Harry Potter guy. You know, don't hate me, but I don't know, I could never get into Harry Potter. Lion King, yes, I love Lion King. I love Lion King. First and 10, Purdy will roll to his left, and he's going to give himself up past midfield, second down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I could just never get into Harry Potter. The dinosaur movie in 2000, yeah, it was okay. I like Jurassic Park better, though. Second and 6. Yeah, 49ers, they just got a plane to catch. That's all. Purdy from the gun. And he'll throw across the middle to his running back, and he'll pick up a first down. This is just garbage time for San Francisco. Lord of the Rings, that's another one. Lord of the Rings, that's another one I couldn't really get into. I don't know. Chicken Little and Over the Hedge. Yeah, they were okay. They're nice kid movies. Hurting from the gun. Facing some pressure. Nope, he's going to roll to his left and step out of bounds. Second down. Meet the Parents is good. Yeah, Meet the Parents is good. So these are just garbage time stats for the 49ers here. The Twilight is very good. Twilight's very good, yeah. Or no, I thought you meant Twilight Zone. I'm sorry. No, not Twilight. And the 49ers cough up the ball. Seattle recovers. God almighty. What is that? Their third turnover? At least their third? Man, Purdy just gets strip sacked from behind. And that's another turnover. Dude, I love The Incredibles. I love The Incredibles, Ryan. That is such a good... no, I'm not kidding, man. I love it almost as much as I love Toy Story. The Incredibles is such a good movie, you know. I think it is Pixar's most mature movie they've ever put out because, to me, The Incredibles is a movie that both kids and adults can get into, you know. That's what I love about it. You know, as a kid, I love it, and as an adult, I still love it, you know. I love The Incredibles. Yeah, Avril Lavigne did have a voiceover in Over the Hedge. Yeah, she did. I remember that. She did. Yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Of course, Jack. I mean, everyone has a childhood crush. Of course I did, you know. But, yeah, Avril's still fine. I mean, I can't believe she's 41. I can't believe she's 41 years old. But she grew up into a beautiful woman, you know. When I first heard of her, she was 17 or 18 years old. You know, she's she grew up into a beautiful woman. She really did. She is aging like fine wine, man. You know. Favorite Avril song? I'm gonna go with My Happy Ending. I love her second album. Her first album's great, but I really love her second album a lot. I'm gonna go with My Happy Ending. Pixar movies are Cars. Cars, I can't get into. Ratatouille, I think, is pretty good. And then, obviously, everyone loves Toy Story, yeah. Andy, I actually saw her live twice. I actually saw her live twice. I saw her once a couple years ago, and then I took my wife to go see her. So yeah, I saw her live twice. She's really good live. Yeah, Girlfriend. That's a great. Yeah, Girlfriend's a good one too. What the hell is kind of what the hell is a little too poppy for me, you know? Her first three albums I really like, and then she kind of went through like a pop phase, and now she's kind of like back to her roots a little bit, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I like her second album a lot. So Seattle takes over once again, and he'll get past mid. Shaheed will get past the 40. It's going to bring up second down. Have I seen Up and Inside Out? I have seen both of them, and Up I like both of them. I like both of them. I like Up to kind of like a fault, but I really like Inside Out. Inside Out I think is a really good movie. Madagascar, that's another good one. Ice Age, only the first one. After that, they milked it. Second and 10. And hands it off again. Seattle's just got their backups in now. Yeah, I think the Seahawks just got their backups in now. Monsters University. I like the idea of it, but I don't like that they made it a backstory, Like they had the right idea with it, but I don't like that they made it a backstory to Monsters, Inc. If it was a sequel, I would accept it more, but I don't like that it's a backstory to Monsters, Inc. Third and 7. And, yeah, nothing there. Seattle just fooling around right now. Yeah, Seattle's just fooling around right now. Bondi says, we're probably going to lose Sunday, but I don't care. Go down swinging. Yeah, you can't just lay down and die, man. I mean, if you lose, it is what it is. But you can't just lie down and die. It's the AFC Championship, man. Yeah, Monsters, Inc. That's another great one. X-Men animated series. Yes, I did watch that. I did like it. I also really like the Spider-Man animated series in the 90s. That's the Spider-Man that I grew up with. The animated Spider-Man. And that's the Spider-Man that I grew up with. That's the X-Men that I grew up with. Batman the animated series with Mark Hamill as the Joker and Kevin Conroy as Batman. That's the Batman that I grew up with, That's my Batman, that's my Spider-Man, that's my X-Men, Indiana Jones, yes. Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's my favorite of the Indiana Jones trilogy. Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's my favorite one. Bugs Life, dude, Bugs Life is such an underrated movie. Like, no one talks about Bugs Life when it comes to Pixar. I think that is such an underrated movie. And yeah, Finding Nemo is great too. Mac Jones is in the game now for the 49ers. So yeah, just garbage time right here. 6.5 to go in this one. They're just draining out the clock now. Hey, Donovan, thanks for tuning in, man. Fellow Steeler fan. Mac Jones, and that's batted away incomplete. So yeah, both teams have their backups in now. Have I watched any Pixar movie after Inside Out? Inside Out is kind of like where I stopped with Pixar, So yeah, I kind of stopped after Inside Out. Fox Kids, yes, I watched Fox Kids like basically every Saturday morning. Fox Kids, I love that. Kids WB, you know, back in the 90s, Kids WB was great, you know, all that stuff. I'm a 90s kid, man. I'm a 90s kid, man. I grew up with all that stuff, you know. So 1st and 10, 6 minutes to go. Thank you, Malakip. I appreciate that, man. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Mac Jones takes it from the weak eye, throws across the middle, and it's caught. And, yeah, just more garbage time yards. Excuse me. Too young during Fox Kids, but I did grow up watching Kids W. Yeah, Kids WB was great. Jones. And just a little check down again, 2nd down. Justice League. Yes, Justice League was great. Justice League was really good. I still have the VHS. I still have one of the VHSs of it. I still have one of the VHSs of it. You know, Power Rangers. Dude, Power Rangers was great. Love Power Rangers. Love Ninja Turtle. Like, all that stuff, man. Of course. I'm a 90s kid, man. Of course. I love all that stuff. Jones lofts one deep to the left to Jennings, incomplete. Yeah, that's right, Dark Musician. Go, go, Power Rangers. Love that stuff. You know, Pokemon. Love Pokemon, man. You know, all that stuff, man. Like, any 90s stuff that you can tell me, I grew up with it, you know. That's me, you know. Wow, this is the first time the 49ers have punted all game. Yes, that's right. That freaking theme song, man. That Pokemon theme song, man. Definitely. Definitely. I love that. I love that so much because it sounds like an 80s hair metal. It sounds like an 80s, you know, it sounds like an 80s rock song, you know. That's why I love that theme song so much. Dragon Ball Z, absolutely. Yep. Dragon Ball Z. Yep. Yep. I kind of stopped with Pokemon after like Gen 5. So I've been out of Pokemon for a while, but you know, like I still watch like the old episodes of Pokemon. I still watch Kanto was my Pokemon. You know, Kanto and Johto, that was great. Hoen's really cool too. And then Sinnoh, it's cool, but that's kind of like when Pokemon started to like milk the franchise a bit. And then, yeah, like after Gen 5, I was just kind of done with Pokemon, you know. But yeah, like the first two, Kanto and Johto, those were my favorites. And Hoenn was pretty cool too, you know. Was I into The Simpsons, South Park, or Family Guy? The Simpsons, yes, I love The Simpsons. Family Guy up until like season 4 or 5, yeah. South Park, same thing. South Park, same thing as Family Guy, basically, for me. Three and a half to go. Hey, Macarena. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Mace. Yeah, the first two Shreks are great. I don't like the third one's just a rehash of the second one. That's why I don't like it that much. 3rd and 1. And a handoff again. And, yeah, not that it means anything. Was I shocked when Tomlin stepped down? I was, because I never thought he would. I thought he was going to play out the rest of his contract and then retire. I didn't think he was going to step down. So, yeah, I was shocked, but in a good way, you know? Yeah, CA Cougar, what's up, man? Like, yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. You guys just got destroyed tonight. I mean, I know that you're injured, but you beat Philly the week before. And, yeah, I mean, Seattle, they got an amazing defense up there. They got a very good offense as well. But I thought the 49ers would at least be able to put up a fight. But, man, I didn't think they'd get beaten this bad, you know? Yeah. So that's, you know, that's what they say. That's why you play the games, you know. You never assume anything. That's why you play the games, you know. Yeah, I know. I heard about that, Ryan. Seth MacFarlane almost died on 9/11 because I actually heard the story about that. So Seth MacFarlane the night before was giving a speech at his alma mater, and he actually drank a lot. He actually drank a lot, and he woke up hungover and drunk. And his traveling agent actually gave him the wrong flight time on top of that. I think he was supposed to get on flight. I think he was supposed to be on the first plane that crashed into the tower, so flight 11. So yeah, he like barely missed boarding flight 11. So literally, if he didn't get drunk and if his traveling agent just gave him the right time, we wouldn't have Seth MacFarlane. You know? That's crazy. That's just insane to think about. Like, alcohol actually saved that guy's life. You know? It's crazy to think about. Why do I hate the Ravens so much? You're rivals with my team, bro. That's why. Plain and simple. So, yeah, 49ers are just draining the clock out here. It's 41-6. So, yeah, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. You are on your way to your first NFC Championship game in 11 years. For San Francisco, well, you guys had a valiant effort this year. You had a great year this year, but you know that sometimes that's what happens. So we'll see what this offseason has in store for you. If you're able to hold on to Clay Kubiak, if you're able to hold on to Robert Saleh, we'll see how it goes for San Francisco. But that'll do it for me. Thank you all for tuning in. And hopefully I can come on again and do another stream. But thank you all for tuning in. I had a lot of fun doing this and interacting with you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.